You having a good afternoon or what?
Yeah!
I heard you were a little unorthodox and loud in the way you do things, but this is obscene. I saw this guy doing blow in the bathroom. Yeah, I'm talking about you, pal. My dear friend, your fearless commissioner, Mr. Bob Garcia, asked me to come speak to you today on his behalf in celebration of this annual act of debauchery. The world of fantasy football can be a jungle. Lions, tigers, badgers. Now you may be asking yourself, what the fuck does this crook know about fantasy football? You think I made all my money on Wall Street? The feds can't confiscate championships. At the tender age of 22, newly married and already a money-crazed little shit, I went to the one place on earth that befit my high-minded ambitions. Fantasy sports. Fantasy football's market value has now surpassed $70 billion. My first team was in a small 8-man league in Long Island. You want to know what fantasy football sounds like? Go to a draft on the south side of Queens. Fuck this, shit, that, cunt, cock, asshole. I couldn't believe the way these guys talked to each other. It was like mainlining adrenaline. I was hooked. By the end of the regular season, the Wolfies had clinched the #1 seed while scoring a league-high 1,638 points, which really pissed me off because it was 3 shy of 120 a week. Then came the postseason. And as my father used to say, the chickens had come home to roost. Whatever the fuck that means. They called it Black Monday, no shit. By Tuesday morning, over 90% of #1 seeds in the country had been knocked out. Just like that. Fantasy football had swallowed me up and shit me right back out again. Let me tell you something. There is no nobility in losing. I have been a fantasy champion and I've been runner-up. And I choose to be champion every fucking time. Because at least as a champion, when I have to face my problems, I show up in the back of a town car with the metaphorical fucking ring on my finger. See that? Kiss it. Go ahead. Being a fantasy champion not only gives you a better life, better food, better clothes, better pussy, makes you a better person. Nobody, I don't give a fuck if you're Matthew Berry or Halle Berry. Nobody knows if a player's points are gonna go up, down, sideways, or in fucking circles. Least of all fantasy experts. Fuck the experts. It's all Fugazi. You know what Fugazi is, right? Yeah, Fugazi. Now, according to your league history, I was taking a look at that shit. 4 trades were made last season. 4! You guys are that good on draft day? Now let me guess. You offer a trade, and they don't know, right? They gotta think about it, they gotta talk to their fucking wives or the fucking tooth fairy. Point is, doesn't matter what the fuck they say. You got a girlfriend?
Married.
Married, what's her name?
Rosalie.
Think of Rosalie. You think it's to create trades that are advantageous to everyone? No. The name of the game is to move the better player from the opponent's pocket into your pocket. Now the only real objection you guys have is that you don't trust each other, right? And why should you? I mean, look at you guys. You guys are a bunch of sleazy fucking fantasy owners. There are 2 rules to negotiating successful trade bets. Rule number 1. Take a deep breath. Everybody, take a deep breath. You gotta stay relaxed. You jerk off?
All the time.
How many times? How many times a week?
Can't count.
You gotta pump those numbers up now. I myself, during the season, jerk off at least twice a day. Once in the morning before setting my lineup, and again at bedtime after browsing through the waiver wire. I want to. That's not why I do it. I do it because I fucking need to. Think about it. All day you're dealing with numbers, letters, decimal points, bang, 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 injury updates, bye weeks, weather conditions, suspensions.
Injury updates, bye weeks, weather conditions, suspensions.
You'll be stroking it so much you'll be thinking about points. Rule number 2, you gotta create a sense of urgency. All of a sudden, you get an idea, a special idea. They want to hear it. Why? Because they're fucking addicted. I joined a new league. We drafted last weekend at the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas. They're gonna have to refurbish the entire 28th floor. 6-figure buy-in, the winner takes it all. These guys are big shots. Whales, I'm talking. Moby fucking dicks. And you guys are looking at Captain fucking Ahab. From the books, motherfucker, from the book. This sheet of wildly deceiving facts, and they are indeed facts, will serve as my harpoon. There's this guy, his name's Kevin. He's a real schnook, designs women's footwear or something. Very successful. Let's give him a call.
Hello?
Kevin, this is Jordan Balfour. We met at Mark Zuckerberg's draft party. How are you this glorious afternoon?
Oh, Jordan, hey, yeah, I remember. Well, actually...
Wonderful. Listen, I just wanted to commend you on the way you drafted last week. You were a real killer out there.
You think so? Thanks. I really think Darren McFadden is going to have a big year. You got a great team, too.
That's very kind. Thank you. Listen, something just came across my desk, and it has huge upside potential for you with very little downside risk. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you.
Well, actually, I was just heading out. My wife needed some Tabasco sauce.
Tabasco sauce.
Yeah.
60 seconds, Kevin. Your miserable fucking wife isn't going anywhere.
Your miserable fucking wife isn't going anywhere.
I'm on the fucking phone. Yes, no, it's important. I'll go when I'm goddamn ready. Well, I know you have to deal with the golf course people. What a fucking burden. Go ahead, Jordan. I'm listening.
Thank you for your vote of confidence. Now, in addition to Run DMC, I see that you also added Zach, Stacy, and LaShawn McCoy to your backfield. That's quite a tandem. And where I think you could have invested a little smarter is at the wide receiver position. You picked up Dwayne Bowe. Let's be frank, probably does more drugs than I do. Mike Wallace, well, he plays for the fucking Dolphins, enough said. And Michael Crabtree. By the time that selection was made, it seems the Quaaludes had fully kicked into your system. Now, if by some miracle you reach the postseason with that pond scum, I will personally get down on my hands and knees and suck you all.
I might like that.
Let's keep your dick in your pants. I have a deal in mind. A grand slam home run that would send you, Greg Jennings, the #1 option in Minnesota, in addition to Hakeem Nicks, healthy and revitalized in Indianapolis. All you have to do is send me number 25. And you wait. You wait. First one who speaks loses.
You want McCoy? I don't know about that, Jordan. I'd have to talk to my wife.
Honestly, Kevin, honestly, seriously, are you aware that after scoring 20 touchdowns 3 years ago, McCoy has only scored a combined 16 the past 2 seasons? He missed most of 2012 with a head injury. There are serious questions about his durability. Now, the key to scoring in on a situation like this is to position yourself now before the start of the season. Because by the time you read about it in Sports Illustrated, it's already too late.
I appreciate the call. I'm a little concerned with McCoy's health, but I don't even really know you. You cold called me. How'd you even get my number?
I am in complete agreement with you, Kevin. You don't know me, I don't know you. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is 10-time fantasy champion. Anyone who's ever done a deal with me in the past has also won a championship. Feel comfortable with me now? I didn't build that kind of history by being wrong, Kevin. Now, this trade won't win you a championship, and it won't lose you one. But what it will do is serve as a benchmark for future fantasy points. In exchange for an injury-prone running back with turf toe and a sprained thumb, you get 2 wide receivers with Super Bowl wins on their resumes, bound for comeback seasons. Sound fair enough?
Sound fair enough?
I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. You seem like a pretty sincere guy.
Kevin, you give me one shot here on a pair of blue-chip wideouts like Jennings and Nicks. And believe me, Kevin, the only problem you're gonna have is that you didn't trade sooner. Sound fair enough?
Shit. My wife might divorce me, but yeah, let's.
Excellent decision, Kevin. Jennings and Nicks for McCoy.
I'll give you Stacy too. What the hell?
Excellent idea, Kevin. Let me lock in that trade and get back to you with an exact confirmation.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna have a beer.
Take it easy, Kevin.
I really.
That's your fucking ticket to the chocolate factory right there. Let me ask you something. Are you behind on paying your league dues? Good. Pick up the pen and draft better players. Is your commissioner ready to replace you? Good. Pick up the pen and draft better players. Does your girlfriend think you're a worthless fucking loser?
Worthless fucking loser.
Good.
pick up the pen and draft better players. I want you to deal with your problems by scoring points. You be ferocious. You be relentless. You be fantasy football terrorists. Now let's knock this motherfucker out of the park. I want to get serious for a second. You see those white sheets of paper in front of you? They're called draft kits. I'm going to let you in on a little secret about these draft kits. They're not going to fill out themselves. Without you, they're just worthless sheets of scratch paper. Like a freshly polished paddle. Without the maniacal fantasy owner to swing it through. I believe in each and every one of you here today. This guy just didn't run into some chop last season. He ran into a full-fledged fucking tsunami. I'm talking 20 fucking foot waves. He should have had a safe word. Slaughterhouse, give him a hand. Where's Drew?
Right here.
That's you, Drew? You look like you celebrated one too many birthdays at Benihana, my friend. The Drew, you're the Drew, the Drew. I heard a rumor about this guy. People talking, I didn't listen to it at the time. Now I heard there's this girl in Mexico, and you wanted to fuck her. And she's your cousin? Is that true? Now you can ask this guy, the best thing you'll get from a second place finish is a carload full of groceries from the fucking Price Club. Ask him, where's that guy? Give it up for that guy. Now this guy I hear is a real class act. Kind of guy you expect to end up with a Miller Lite girl. Respect must be paid to buckets. Give it up for buckets. I don't think you all realize just how off the fucking wall your commissioner is. We should be thanking our fucking lucky stars to be associated with this league. Let's give it up for your 2010 champion, your disturbingly committed commissioner, head of the American Psychos, Mr. Bobby Leo Garcia. Boom shakalaka! This kid came out of the womb with a draft kit, the youngest maniac of this group. Some know him as the Big C, for reasons I'm not gonna ask about. But you all know him as the Bear Jew. Give it up for that moody motherfucker right there. Somebody once said that money and blood don't mix, like two dicks and no bitch. Two dicks just don't. Who said that? Ah yes, the Notorious B.I.G. Rest in peace. But somehow these two dicks do find a way to mix. The only two Caucasians wild enough to play in a league full of middle-class Mexicans. Two-time MFL champions. Countless time, cocksuckers. Let's hear it for the Weddles. Come up here, Swoosh. Last but not least. Now, personally, I've never seen anything like what this kid pulled off last year. After losing 5 games in a row during the middle of the season, humbled Swoosh rallied to win his last 4 and snatched the number 2 seed. Am I reading this correct? A narrow 6-point victory over the Psychos in the semifinal placed this relative unknown managing only his second year against the seasoned 2-time MFL champion Weddles. Unproven, untested, uncircumcised. Swoosh answered the call by defeating the white girls by 52 points, the most lopsided victory in MFL history. Give it up for your defending champion, Mr. Scott Swoosh. Now who's ready to draft?